Hey everybody, it's Chris Eads, Wootini over at gaygamer.net, here with another weekly video podcast. As you can tell, I went to see Star Trek this weekend. And yes, I did wear this, because I'm a huge nerd. And I thought it was great. I don't know what people are complaining about. I actually kind of enjoy the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies. I think they're fine. And I appreciate that it's, a parallel universe. So it doesn't negate everything that came before it. It actually finds a way to work with it, as opposed to some other reboots where they're like, no, this is what it is. That all didn't happen. This is what happened. And I'm like, no, I don't like that as much, so I'm going to go with the originals, thank you. But this works right alongside of it. I could have done without the phone call from Spock for help, but that's just me. I feel like it should go and do its own thing now. But I rather enjoyed it. I don't know what people are complaining about. But it's weird because everyone is raving about Doctor Who, and I've been really disappointed in this season. Mostly because I'm just not really into Matt Smith as the Doctor. I don't like his portrayal as much. It's just not doing anything for me. And Clara is still kind of a mystery. Sure, they solve her mystery, but she's not really a character to me. Like, she's just sort of there. She's a couple of personality traits. I don't feel like I got to know her at all. And then, of course, anytime they bring River Song into it, I just get rage. I can't stand River Song. To me, River Song is emblematic of everything that is wrong with the recent Doctor Who. She runs around, acting all self-important, spouting off riddles and enigmas, thinking she's more clever than she actually is. And that's how I feel about Doctor Who. It's running around being all, look at us, and being all, ooh, riddles, enigmas, and look at all this. But it's not half as clever as it thinks it is. So yay, Star Trek. And I have played other games besides Animal Crossing. Yay! I've played more Bioshock Infinite, which became much better, because before, if you remember, I was complaining about how it was kind of weird that I'm running around with, like, glowy hands and a giant shotgun, and nobody's reacting to me like this. But after a certain point, it just becomes, like, a shooter, and you're running around shooting everybody, and it's not as much interacting with society anymore, so it's fine. I'm just running around shooting everybody. And it's great fun, as they always are. My favorite is the electric powers. I love my electric powers. They're better than anything else. And I have also played, I played a lot of SingStar, actually, because this last update, and also the one before it had a couple, they've been releasing some Eurovision songs. And while initially I was like, what? Eurovision? I don't know anything about these new songs. I'm not going to buy them because I don't know them. But, I sampled them just because it's Eurovision, so I'm like, oh, let me just see what everybody's got for Eurovision. And it turns out that some of them are, like, really, really, really good. And I have since bought some of them. I bought the winning song, Only Teardrops, which doesn't have a music video, but whatever. It's fine. I can still sing it. And it won. Although, it wasn't my favorite. Well, the song that I think should have won was Norway's entry, I Feed You My Love, which is just a weird title, and it's a weird video, too. But that was, I think, my favorite song. And of course I bought that one, too. And I've been singing that a bunch of times. But my favorite song, though it's not the best song, that's Norway, my favorite song was Finland's Marry Me, which is just awesome, and it has this fun music video, and it's just the cheeriest, poppiest, most ridiculously stupid song, and it's just fun. It's perfect for Eurovision. It should have done better than it did. And I honestly don't know why Ireland came dead last. Their song wasn't that bad. Maybe they would have done better if they'd done My Lovely Horse. I don't know. That's a Father Ted joke for anybody out there who gets it. Also, I went to a Capcom event where I got my hands on a handful of games, which I've written up some impressions for the site, so you can read my articles there. Basically, I played the new Dungeons & Dragons game, which is a collection of 2 old Dungeons & Dragons arcade games. Those are fun and decidedly old school. Then there's the DuckTales remake, which is all fancy new graphics on the same game. And it's beautiful. It looks great. Whereas the D&D game, it's all decidedly old school. And I mean, you can even set it up so that your screen looks like an arcade cabinet, and you can have the old pixely graphics with the scan lines and everything, and it looks very authentic. I also played the Xbox port of Resident Evil Revelations, and the graphics upgraded really, really beautifully, and the controls on the Xbox with that second analog stick are fantastic. Because I kind of went along with the old school Resident Evil controls when I played it on the 3DS, but having that extra analog stick is kind of awesome, and I do wish that the 3DS had one, but what are you going to do? It's too late now. And I'm not buying the attachment because it just makes it big and clunky and annoying. Also, there's not enough games that I would play that would use it. But Resident Evil Revelations is actually like one of my favorite Resident Evil games in a really long time. It brings it back to the old school, like dark corridors, scary monsters, things creeping around in the shadows, and it's not all just like run and gun combat like they've become. This is kind of a throwback to the old school. So if you did not play it on the 3DS because you don't have a 3DS or you didn't want to, definitely pick it up because it's coming out for the PlayStation and the Xbox and the PC and the Wii U, so definitely don't miss this one if you're a Resident Evil fan because it's great. And the most important game that I wanted to play there was Remember Me, because I'd seen so much about it, but I hadn't actually been able to play it. And the game looks gorgeous, it's fabulous. There's a whole combo system that you create your own combos to do more damage and give yourself back some health and stuff. And it's a little complicated. I think towards the end I was starting to get the hang of it, but I'll have to wait until I actually play the real game to see whether or not I actually think I get it. I think I get it. I don't know if I did or not. We'll find out. And the timing on the combos was a little hit or miss. I wasn't always great. Sometimes I was pulling them off, and sometimes I was too fast, because I get all, oh, gotta defeat the boss, ah! So, you know. But it's gorgeous, and it's like a really high-quality product, and I'm looking forward to this story a great deal. And that comes out in just a couple of weeks, a few weeks, I think. So I'm looking forward to that. And of course, yes, I've played Animal Crossing every day, because I can't stop, and it's awesome, and I even play it at home. Because at home, I can go online. And I have started sampling some of the online features of the game. I have to say the best thing that Animal Crossing has done is this best friend feature, where you can have some, you know, as long as you have your friend codes, you can be friends with them and you can visit each other's towns and stuff. But if you want to, you can mark someone as your best friend, and then when you're best friends with somebody, you can tell when they're online, even if their town gate isn't open. And as long as they're online, like, you can always tell if they're online just because the 3DS will tell you that you have friends online. But now, in Animal Crossing, you can send little messages back and forth to each other and say, hey, do you want to come over? I'll open my gate. Or, hey, my gate is open. And you can send it to all your friends and say, my gate is open, come on over. And invite your friends. And then they'll say, oh, okay. And it's a great way to communicate without actually having to, you know, text or send emails or call or whatever. And that is just a fantastic addition to the whole thing. The Dream Suite is fascinating because you can basically upload your town to a server, and then other people can visit your town, and you can wander around the town, and don't worry because nobody's going to cut down your trees and stuff, because if they do, nothing will happen to your town because they're just visiting a dream version of it. So that's really cool. I've also gone to the island to play the tours with people now, but as it turns out, typical Animal Crossing, it's not a competition. You work together to get as many points as you can. And then at the end, like, whoever did a little bit better than the other, they might get a couple more medals than the other person, but it's not a competition. You're working co-op. So, but it's so much fun, and there's so much more to do. And I remember how boring it was. You just have your friends come over, and all you could do is, like, run around and use the timer to try to play hide and seek or something. There wasn't a whole lot to do when you had your friends over. All they do is, like, you know, check your turnip prices and visit your friends and maybe get new fruit. But that doesn't last very long. So there wasn't a whole lot to do. But now there's all these games on the island, and there's so much more fun that you can have with your friends when you play online. So that's great. And so continue to look for my Animal Crossing Diaries on gaygamer.net every Friday, and you can see my adventures in Geneva. And that'll do me for this week, and I will see you right back here next week, same time, same station. Bye!